Brian Lehrer on WNYC. And you know, the life of a band can be glamorous. Standing on stage as adoring fans, sing along to your tunes, playing music every night with your best friends. But life on the road can also be tiring. You're cramped in a van with the same three guys day upon day. So it's no surprise that the little things that your fellow bandmates do and say may start to get on your nerves. And that may very well be the rationale behind a list of words and phrases compiled by Marty Beller of things you can't say if you're in They Might Be Giants. For example, too much information, off the hook, throw under the bus, and don't go there. Well, we'll go there now with Marty, who is the drummer for the Brooklyn-based band, which has been going strong since 1982. Also in the studio are the two Johns, John Flansburgh and John Liddell, co-founders of They Might Be Giants. Hey, Giants, welcome to WNYC.
Hello, Brian. How are you?
Hello.
It is really a unique thrill to be here. We are all big fans of the show.
And I'm such a big fan of you guys. And what our listeners can't see yet, though we will have a video up on our website later, is that they are here with instruments. We have one guitar. We have one, was it a lone snare drum? And a big red accordion.
It's educational radio, people.
So a link to the original list on our website is up, the band's own list. But as we said earlier, we want your suggestions. So start posting to our comments page at WNYC.org. Click on Brian Lehrer Show, or we will take your phone calls at 212-433-WNYC for the words or phrases you are ready to see banned from the English language, 212-433-9692. Did I say something funny?
Just the Stalinist band. Yeah.
Finally,
Okay.
someone thinks like I do.
So, and you're going to play a little something while these calls are coming in?
Sure. This is to remind everybody that in June the Museum of Modern Art is going to have a big exhibit of a very famous Belgian painter. Meet James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Dig him up and shake his hand. Appreciate the man. Before there were junk stores, before there was junk, he lived with his mother and the torments of Christ. The world was transformed, a crowd gathered round, pressed against his window so they could be the first to meet James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Raise a glass and sit and stare. Understand the man. He lost all his friends. He did not need his friends. He lived with his mother and repeated himself. The world has forgotten. The world moved along. The crowd at his window went back to their homes. Meet James Ensor. Meet James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Dig him up and shake his hand. Appreciate the man.
All right. I don't think I've ever heard a rock and roll song about James Ensor before.
It appears to be the only one because we get phone calls from museums about it when they're doing his exhibit saying, can we reprint the lyrics?
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe Barack Obama will hang his paintings on the White House walls. Who knows? So what's the main criteria for landing a phrase on this list of banned words and phrases?
Marty, you want to explain?
It started out with phone tag. That was sort of the grandfather of it all, which I thought was really clever at first. A lot of these phrases were really clever.
Let's play
first.
phone tag. Oh, we're playing phone tag.
Yeah, really, someone thought of that many, many years ago. Really clever, but I feel there's an expiration date for these kind of phrases, and it gets so worn out, and it also stops people from communicating. I'd rather someone at this point say, hey, I'm sorry we're having so much trouble getting in touch.
Right.
And Jan from Hoboken suggests, if I hear same old again, I'll scream. And David from Short Hills says 24/7 drives me nuts.
Yeah. Well, same old seems to refer to itself at this point. It's one of those. It's like a lot of phrases where the initial spark of it is gone, and it takes on this kind of zombie life where people are not actually even thinking of the humorous content of it anymore. It's just kind of a rattled off phrase. That's I think one of the things that puts stuff right onto the list.
And
I think the subtlest one is no worries, which I think most people in the band They Might Be Giants actually don't want to give up. And Marty was so gracious as to actually give us a special dispensation to continue using no worries in a workplace environment. I don't know if that includes when we're talking to each other in the band.
It depends if we're talking about work or talking personally. If you're talking on a personal level, I want to hear more about your feelings than no worries.
I think the key to this part of this thing about this is Marty has his own very fine-tuned idea of what goes on the list and what doesn't go on the list, and it's taken many conversations on the tour bus for us to even start to work out how something gets membership.
I guess so. Well, and maybe we'll get into what happens when one of you uses a banned word and phrase and slips up. But Emily in Cobble Hill would like to add to the list. Hi, Emily.
Hi there, Brian.
What you got?
Well, what I'd like to see the end of is at the end of the day. And it usually comes at the end of someone who's pontificating about something. And I hear it an awful lot, and I'm just tired of it.
At the end of the day, you want to hear something else.
I do.
Jenny in Brooklyn.
Excellent.
What you got, Jenny?
It's all good.
That's like no worries.
Yeah.
On the list.
That's on your list.
Yeah.
Yes, that's already on the list.
All good. And that's not that old. I feel like I only started hearing all good 5 years ago.
Yeah, same with It Is What It Is. That seems a new one, too, which I'm still trying to figure out what that actually means.
Joel and it's very zen.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Joel in Briarcliff Manor. What you got?
Yeah, hi. A couple of years ago, I went on a blind date and or a setup date, and the woman kept on using "back in the day," and it started all through the date. She would say that.
It's very good.
And it
Marty's
just
pumping
got
his
me.
fist in the air right now.
Yes.
I love that because that also speaks to this idea of that the past was always better than the present, which is ridiculous.
Back in the day.